Yeah, I came out of surgery 2 days ago, so please pardon my paleness, and I'm going to try to talk as hard as I can. Thank you. Good evening, members of Congress, House Judiciary, Subcommittee of Immigration and Border Security. Thank you for taking your time and letting me steal a moment of your busy schedule. My name is Claudia Rodriguez, and I represent the NASW, testifying here for the bill H.R. 717, Reuniting Families of Congressman Honda. I represent 30% of undocumented parents, 426 estimated children. But more than the number I represent, I want you to hear the voices I represent. Dear President, please, I beg you with all my heart to leave my dad with us because we need him so much so he can pay the bills of the house, and we love him so much. Me and my brothers are sad because we don't have my dad with us. We beg you not to send my dad to Mexico because we don't want him to be killed over there. Please, I beg you with all my heart to leave my dad with us, and I promise you I will be a good student and I will be somebody in life to help out this country. I thank you for reading this letter. According to Colorline's report, the children of undocumented parents, these children and their families live with anxiety about the future, fearful that arrest, detention, or deportation will tear their families apart. Anxiety and fear are only part of the damaging impacts of their families' precarious legal status. Children of undocumented may also suffer from poverty, diminished access to food, health care, mental health, behavior problems, and limited educational opportunities. Currently in our system, there is no legal boundaries for a parent who is a legal resident or citizen who has married an illegal spouse to remain in this country and wait the process of U.S. Customs and Immigration. They have to go back to their country and wait for this whole process, which could take a while and is devastating to the families. If you come here legally with a visa or some type and you get married with a person, a spouse, a person who is a legal resident or citizen, there is a leeway for you currently. So this is why I advocate that children should not be torn apart nor separated from their parents, because both parents are necessary to educate the well-being, social, emotional support, as well as love that anyone has. Please find it in your heart to support this bill and unite families that already have the chance to adjust their status and allow them a chance to be there in all the life moments as a parent that you should be entitled to. The families will benefit economically, socially, physically, and the families should not endure all this tragic and devastation besides their everyday life that we all struggle with to get through. In our communities, it would be beneficial because it would help boost the economy. It will not be a burden to the state or the country because the petitioner has already proven that they can support the spouse and children that they are petitioning. It will be a support in the education system to support and raise children. It will decrease our illegal immigration ratio. It can count as a benefit in the census, monetary as well with the school systems and government and count in communities. It can help open opportunities of employment, housing economy can boost, travel incentives, and prospering to a better way of living. And the possibilities have now become endless. Some recommendations from the Reuniting Family Act of Immigrants and American Families that we suggest are: we're capturing unused and unclaimed visas due to the bariatric delay, reclassifying lawful permanent residents, spouses, and children as immediate relatives, and exempting them from numerical caps on family immigration, increasing the per country's limits of 7% to 10% so that nations with a higher demand for workers can better equip the American economy with talent, allowing families to reunite despite of the death of a petitioner, recognizing the sacrifices of our military by exempting children of the World War II Filipino veterans from numerical caps, and allowing family members to reunite despite the bars and reentry. I am an American citizen, and I had to forgo this process, not of the separation, but of the fear and anxiety. We waited 11 years, me and my husband, finally have a light in the pathway in the tunnel. Recently, last year, President Obama passed something that if you came here legally, you can remain here for the proper process. So we benefited from that. My husband was able to have his employee temporary status go with permission of U.S. Customs come back. That made him a legal entry and benefited. But it took 11 years of fear, anxiety. So, as part of these families, I also help and I also suggest that you keep it in your mind and in your hearts that it's very necessary, and the process is already general. The process is throughout all the states. We all have the same process with the U.S. Customs. The only difference is that we are allowing the parents to remain together, the families to remain together, which will be beneficial. Thank you again for this opportunity. Have a nice evening. God.